Thank you so much for tuning in, David, Isaac, Josh. Yeah, let's go on. Let's move on, guys, to the pivotal moments of Arsenal this season. I mean, we're looking at I could I mean, if I'm to pick out games, the Southampton game, Kai Havertz, exceptional, exceptional. Then we have the Man City game, much as they drew, much as it was a draw, a 2-2. Arsenal was exceptional for me. They were the better team to hold Man City with a man down. Yeah, with by the way, that red card was it Trossard red card changed the whole game. But to hold Man City and for Stones, I mean for Pep to look for a goal to the 98th minute, that was quite incredible, man. One can even argue that the ref did their thing, or rather, the referee for that match did. Of course, I'm just speculating, guys. It's not true, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I could say the referee was in City's pockets, was in Pep's pockets, because I think Arsenal were the better team on that game too. Which other game, Josh, did Arsenal?
So how could they? How could they?
I like the game against
What did the
Spurs.
referee do? What did the referee do against City?
I'm saying if I'm an
you
Arsenal
wanted, you wanted,
all
you
those
wanted him
minutes.
to give them a penalty because they deserve.
No, all
There's
I'm
no
saying
team
is
deserve here.
how many minutes were added? 9 or 10?
Discretion of the referee, stoppage time. You know
I
how
know.
it is done.
Josh, I've seen you complain sometime about the referees when Man United has lost.
Yeah, but not about
the game that just ended
time.
recently. Which game was
Not
it?
about
It was
stoppage time.
the one that you drew playing against.
No,
was it playing
they're
against
always
Villa?
shit against United, but
You see,
anyhow,
David,
it's not
you
the
see what I'm
stoppage
saying?
time.
You're
I'm
saying,
not talking about stoppage time though.
Yeah, David, what are your key moments? The ones that you feel, I mean, they do stand out this season. It could be even the substitutions. Yeah.
One is definitely the City side. And for me, these moments are pivotal because they have they create an impact that is going to be some kind of ladder, especially with the forthcoming fixtures. Drawing against City in the manner that we did, and especially scoring 2 goals in the first half after coming down to them in under 10 minutes, that said a lot about the character that the team has developed. City was literally fighting for their dignity all through that game. It really looked like, for the first time in a while, they had encountered a team that they have nowhere to dismantle.
Correct.
Which is the word I would like to use when I'm referring to how City demolishes teams. Even the best sides, they simply dismantle. But they really had to dig deep in that fixture right up to the last minute. So for me, and when you look at the Arsenal camp, that's a huge psychological lift. And that's a lift that is taking Arsenal forward. Arsenal is going to walk into, you can see it even after that. Arsenal walks now into games with a renewed confidence. Even when we had gotten a draw before that, you almost got the feeling that we're starting to see Arsenal coming unstuck. In some circles, that conversation was genuinely beginning to take place. But against City, when that happened, it changed everything. Even the conversations about Arsenal are now with some respect. You can tell with the way pundits talk about Arsenal.
Even with the way Josh talks about Arsenal.
No, Arsenal, but Arsenal was my predicted team to win the league.
Yeah. Sinan says, welcome back, David. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Sinan.
Then we have Nadia who says, Madia who says, oh, I'm late. Yeah, you're late to the party, Madia, but stay tuned. We're here.
Glad you're here.
Shout outs to you. Shout outs to Jordan, Faizo, and Madia, whoever is in the comment section. Yeah, David, you were saying the City game, even with the red card.
That game. Yeah, so on the one hand, it's going to improve the manner in which Arsenal is talked about, and that also has an effect. But also internally,
you should have seen how Josh heaped praise on Arsenal while you were away. We've never seen that.
I was just stating facts, by the way. I was not praising Arsenal. I was just stating facts.
He's known for always trashing Arsenal and Liverpool. Hi, Isaac, Josh, and Isaac. Your high is for tomorrow. Today is for David. Yeah. Yeah, I also think Arsenal has done well. And after that City game, to be honest, I also saluted them with both hands. and I thought they were going to win the game. I thought they were the better team that day. They should have won the game, but somehow, somewhere, man, as you know, Pep, and you could see
You
the
see-
tension
You
that was
see,
brewing between the two managers, and that's why some people are saying maybe there's a rivalry coming on. But Josh, we did this. We had a segment on this. David, do you think you have there's a rivalry growing between Man City and Arsenal?
Definitely. It's an unusual kind of rivalry because the coaches are close associates, but competitively, I think we're the closest thing to real opposition for Man
This
City.
season,
And they know it. Their manager also acknowledges
by
it.
the
and you
even
could
last
see
season.
it. Even last season, they lost a couple of points to us. And then Arsenal began emphatically like that, even with that size of a disadvantage. So well and truly, Arsenal are the most serious rivals for Man City, for domestic owners.
I'm going to disappoint you before Josh comes in. I'm going to say it looks like maybe a team, rather Arsenal right now is, as you said, closest to putting up a challenge against Man City. Even we see last season, City won the EPL trophy by just 2 points with 91, Arsenal 89 points. But overall, I don't think there's a rivalry. I don't think, because Arsenal does not come close to what Man City has done in the last 10 to 8 seasons, or 8 to 10 seasons.
no.
Josh,
Isaac,
in terms of trophies, okay, in terms of trophies, they do not come close. Yes, maybe last season they put up a very good fight. This season, it looks like a team that is really stepping up. And as I've said, I was really rooting for them to beat Man City, the game where they drew 2-2. I think they deserve to win. But overall, no, I don't think they're close to, I mean, because for a rivalry to happen,
like I said,
you have to go
like I
really
said
head to head
before,
in terms of even trophies.
Yeah, but rivalries grow over time, and these are the things that Arsenal is doing to develop the rivalry with Man City, because in that feisty fixture of Arsenal Man City, you would actually tell that the rivalry has just gotten bigger, that this is the stage now, because I've never seen a game of football where 4 players have something to say about the game. And they're not just talking about the tactics and who won the game, but they're talking about the opposition. They're talking about the things they did on the pitch. I mean, Bernardo Silva talked about Arsenal in specific.
That was petty from Bernardo Silva.
Akanji talked about Arsenal specifically. They're not
it was
about
petty,
the game.
but there were facts for Bernardo Silva. That's what I just said. He was saying Arsenal hasn't won anything.
Yeah, 4 players: Bernardo Silva, Akanji, Rodri. He said that maybe they're excited because they've never won the Champions League. I mean, if it was a team that had won a Champions League, it wouldn't have been that too excited.
That was petty from Bernardo. I remember that.
No, it is not petty. I mean, if Bernardo Silva says something like that, and say Gabriel Jesus or someone at Arsenal, it eats them up, maybe they will fall off, and they will have an edge. So they were doing all sorts of things like that to unsettle Man City. So the rivalry just happens because Arsenal has been the closest team chasing Man City for 2 seasons in a row. So, I mean, you have to feel that this is the team that you're fighting with. So then it becomes your 2 seasons. This one not yet. Just 2 seasons. Just 2 seasons. The third one you might actually just win it, because I actually predicted for Arsenal to win the trophy, and Mikel Arteta has not disappointed me so far. He's doing things that can actually get Arsenal to get their hands on the Premier League title. But the pivotal moment for me so far this season, Arsenal has done so many things this season. The first one, I agree with David. It's that Man City game is among. But for me, I started to feel like Arsenal has arrived, and it's ripe for the Premier League title when they got a red card against Brighton in the manner that they did get it. I mean, the players were fighting for each other. The small things that happened in that game. Actually, Lady Luck fell for Arsenal because Brighton bombarded them the whole game they had an advantage. Brighton just kept attacking, but David Raya was present, the backline was present, the Arteta was present, because Arteta did change certain things that helped them to manage the game better. And in the end, they got away with a point. But after that game, to me, it felt like it was a point earned more than 2 points lost. So I started to feel that, like, Arsenal has what it takes to actually win a title, because if you see that you cannot win a game, you do everything in your power not to lose a game. And then they come to play Spurs. The first one was Brighton. Declan Rice gets a red card. They come to play Spurs, and Declan Rice is not going to play in that game. Declan Rice, ever since he came to Arsenal, has been the mainstay. They slot in Jorginho, and Jorginho just fits like a glove. You know,
David, I told you,
it was
this is
no,
a-
it was
a new
amazing.
Josh.
No, it was amazing to see the way things were happening for Arsenal. Though it was another player, another style of player, still he just brought control to the side. The rest of the people did whatever they did, but Mikel Arteta respected Spurs so much that, you know, he kind of played the bus. He packed the bus a bit. You know,
I
He
wouldn't
packed
blame
the-
him.
No, yeah, you wouldn't blame him, but maybe a purist Arsenal fan would blame him, because
But
he's
he
not
won.
used to seeing his Arsenal side win like that.
You're,
Because
you're talking about the Spurs game, right?
yes, the Spurs game. So
I don't
mean,
think any Arsenal fan would really care how Arsenal plays against Spurs. They would only care. Yeah, Joe, yeah, David, you would only care about getting 3 points. That derby is something different.
no, Arsenal fans are
that's
too
true
proud
rivalry.
for that.
Regardless
Arsenal
of how
fans
they
are
play
too proud
against
for that.
Spurs,
As in,
I
Man
think they would
United
only
fans
love to
can
get
win.
3 points.
The time we had a rivalry with Arsenal, United fans could win anyway, but we win and take 3 points. But
I like how you said
proud-
the time you had the rivalry. That means
yes,
right now.
but no, we don't. But the Arsenal fans were proud enough to play a certain way and win a certain way,
Mm.
because they always won anyway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true,
David?
Josh. The in my experience, the wider Arsenal audience in the past has been accustomed to seeing the team play a certain way, and that is one of the, should I call it a trophy, quote unquote, one of the trophies, or one of the aspects about Arsenal that they identify as, we want to associate ourselves with a spectacle on the pitch, that free-flowing type of game that is so akin to, in the past, to the European sides, the great European sides. Arsenal could bring that to England in the past. But we know that it wasn't always effective against serious opposition in many cases. And yeah, but the thing to note here is that the Arsenal audience has also grown, even as the team has grown, because we're seeing a point in time where the Arsenal fan base is comfortable with the 3 points, regardless of the things that the coach has done on the pitch. And I remember we had that preview before the Spurs game, and we were calling odds on really Arteta ceding possession to Spurs, because we recognize the growth that the Spurs team has gone through, especially coming into this season. And the feeling all round was that Spurs was more likely going to dominate that game, and they did. So the fact that we can be okay with that and go away with points, both the fans and the team, shows that there's some kind of growth with the team, but also with the fans. We now know what we need to do. We are comfortable with what the team needs to do to take the 3 points.
That's what I was trying to say. You're comfortable. You remember the game after the City game, Arteta was asked why he was trying to, he was playing too deep against Atalanta, deep against what other team was it? Spurs, then City. So he told them sometimes you have to go off way to win games, and that's what makes managers like Jose Felix Mourinho. Because I remember one of the reporters asked him about.
You were not bemused when Mourinho was a United coach, so I don't understand why you
I'm trying.
speaking
I'm giving a
vehemently.
reported speech. What? Because like it or not, I mean, I'm not that huge
You're
fan of Mourinho, but
reiterating the words of
he's
Mikel
one of those
Arteta
managers.
vehemently.
He's there in the first 5 managers. He's there, like it or not. He's there. His name is there. You know, but you're forgetting one other moment, the Southampton game where Cameron Archer
Ooh.
scored first, right at the opening. Second half had just started. Archer scored first, and Kai Havertz scored an equalizer in the 58th minute. But still, even after scoring, to me, he was my man of the match. He was exceptional in
Actually,
that game. He looks
actually,
new. Kai Havertz looks brand new, like he's
in
been
other-
revived. He's
yeah,
resurrected.
he has been revived, but the thing is, for me, what is pivotal about the Southampton Arsenal game was the manner in which Kai Havertz scored that goal. Kai Havertz took the game by the scruff of the neck to equalize. I mean, he could have done so many things with that ball in the position that he was. He could have passed it, he could have dragged it on, but he just needed the team to keep going and give the team a goal. And the rest was history. Ended up winning the game 4-2, 4-1.
No, it was 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1. Kai Havertz scored. Saka also scored in the 88th minute. Then there was also Gabriel Martinelli also scoring the second goal. Those are some of the pivotal moments for me. The City game. I don't know why you guys are not giving props or looking at the Spurs fan. To me, I think that was a masterclass, regardless of how he played. No one expected Arteta to pack the ball. Josh, we all know
But
Arteta.
I give
swinging, he
Brighton, Man
comes
City,
attacking.
and Spurs.
No, I'm saying I don't know why you guys don't see David, you're an Arsenal. I don't get it why that game didn't fascinate you. Yes, it was maybe a bit of boring, but it was unexpected. It was something off the book. No one saw that.
But we had seen it.
No one saw. No.
Because
When?
the approach Arteta had used was a bit different. You know, when things got a bit tough against Brighton, he sort of did it, but we thought it was a red card. Then they went to Atalanta away in the Champions League. He sort of did it again. So by the time he did it at Spurs, I was confident this is the manager that I want to manage my football club, because he will throw everything away to win a football game.
David, you have something to add?
So for me, I would even go back to the Brighton game, because that's the first game that asked a real question. You know,
Yeah,
it asked a really tough question of Arteta, who sometimes is probably perceived as having things easy, but we really saw Arteta the problem solver then. So for me, for Spurs, that is a game where even the players mentally are, they are clued in. They know what's going on. This is a derby, a very important one for the reputation of the club, but also this
nothing
is not
but 3 points.
a psychological hit that we need. Now, the Man City game is important because we had just come from a poor performance against Atalanta. I felt like that was a poor performance. For maybe we'll have a separate occasion to talk about that. But
Which the City game?
Atalanta, Champions League.
Atlanta. That's why that was a bit poor.
Yeah.
You kept saying that they're Europa League winners, bro. As in Arsenal is Arsenal, whether or not they are Europa League winners.
Normally, you want to play your toughest fixtures.
I thought they were going to come out attacking, but
you want to play your toughest fixtures after a boost, on the back of a boost in confidence. So, which is to say, for example, we would have walked into the City game more confident if we had won the Atalanta game. But for us to take that heat against Atalanta and then come back and perform the way we did against City, for me, that is, bucket loads of character. And I think it's a good sign for the way the squad has grown.
The squad has really, really grown. And one other thing, Josh and David, that I would love to look at, or rather I would point out, is Arsenal's creation when it comes to the final third. Goal creation. even without a striker. I mean, after creating and every chances created, that's why they have very many chances created. Even after creating all those chances, as soon as any of their players is in the box, is in the 18, is it yard 18 or slightly outside the box, they know what to do. They know where to shoot. They know how to find each other. I mean, you look at a team, Jesus is supposed to be their leading striker, but he has toilet paper bones. He's always on the stretcher. He's going out. He's sick. He's injured and all that. And this is when I give props to Kai Havertz. Yes, he has 5 goals this season so far, all competitions. But players like Bukayo Saka, I expect him to be doing what he's doing. But for a team like Arsenal to have all these goals, I mean, they score 2 goals against the Wolves, the opening game in EPL. They go to Aston Villa, score 2 goals, again nil. Brighton comes, it's a 1-1. They go to Spurs, it's a 1-0. Atlanta, Italy, it's 0-0. Spurs 2-2. Against Bolton, it was a thrashing 5-1. Leicester City 4-2. PSG 2-0. Then the Southampton game where they came from behind and equalized and scored 2 more goals. I mean, I really want to. How do they do this even without a striker? Josh, how do they manage to score these goals, these many goals? Is it a system?
First of all, I keep reminding you, stop saying that thing that they don't have a striker. It may not.
They don't. David, do you have a striker?
No. He may.
Who? David? Who?
Yes, we do. Kai Havertz, I believe, has completed his transformation.
Yes. Exactly, Kai Havertz, because I mean, you cannot credit Arteta with whatever he has done at Arsenal, and you do not recognize the fact that his frontman is Kai Havertz, and his frontman, that is the striker. I think the striker is not necessarily a Ruud van Nistelrooy type of player or Emil Heskey type of player, but a striker is the guy who you've chosen to bang in goals for you. And Kai Havertz, in the system that Arteta has deployed, he has made sure that this is his man. And Kai Havertz, as at this point in his career, he has actually Arteta has managed to revive the player we saw at Bayer Leverkusen as a kid. I mean, he's doing things that we thought that he would do very many years ago. And I don't think that Arsenal will score as many goals as they did last season, because Arsenal is, for me, this season is about professional performances. I mean, they're not going out there to score 5, 4, 3 goals. All they want to do is kill the game off. I mean, if it is 2-1, we shall get 3. But I don't think there will be very many games that Arsenal will wash away teams, because the way they've approached the game this season, all the games that they have played, it does not matter whether they are playing Wolves or they are playing Man City. They don't really get many goals like they used to. It's only in the Carabao game that Arsenal scored the goals that you would expect them to score.
Yeah, I agree, Josh. I don't know why. I also don't know why Isaac is reluctant to admit that we have a forward, a striker.
No, he prefers Emily Heskey. Someone like old-fashioned striker. 9 is 9.
It's clear to see that we are reaping the rewards, or Arteta is reaping the rewards of trusting a player who, I mean, most people doubted would, just make that switch into a world-class centre forward. When you look at some of the games and the things he has done, it is truly and purely centre forward stuff. When a good example is the PSG game, where the first probably 25 to half hour, you could see the quality of PSG. You almost suspected they would, break the team and put some goals past us. We struggled to make chances in the first 30 minutes, but the very first chance we get, Kai Havertz behaves like a true centre forward, which still sounds even awkward in my own mind. But he buries a chance that wasn't even a very high quality chance. It was almost a hit and hope type of thing. But he manages to nod it in like a true centre forward. And we keep seeing him doing that game after game after game. I think it's high time we stop doubting the man. He's completed the
No one is
transformation.
doubting him.
He looks,
But when I talk
he
of a
looks more
striker,
confident.
when I talk of a striker, I'm talking of a player who currently has how many go. Again,
Isaac was
you're
the
going to
same
make me
person
look bad.
in the previous
Yeah.
podcast about Arsenal. Isaac was the
Yes.
same person betting he will outscore
Oh, Rasmus
Zaxi
Højlund.
and
Yeah,
Zaxi,
exactly.
No,
Højlund
I asked
and,
a question. I asked a
Yes.
question.
on some
Josh
level, he
said
knows what
he's
Joe is
going to
doing here.
outscore. Although
Yeah,
one
he
thing
will outscore them.
I do not agree with Josh. He said he's a
Actually,
striker who's
yeah,
going to
but
give you
Isaac did
20 to
agree with
25
me.
goals. That is not true. He
No,
might
no,
outscore.
not
The
really
fact
20
that
to
he asks
25
that
goals,
question
but
is an admission. It's just a veiled one. But because when you start to look to make the observation, you're seeing something that probably you're hesitant to admit, but you're seeing it because that's what we are seeing. The guy is behaving like a good centre forward, a very good one at that.
He is. But I still think if you had a player who's truly naturally a one, to me, excuse me, he suits the role that Bruno Fernandes plays.
oh my God.
No, behind the
Oh my
striker,
God.
free role. No, seriously.
Yeah, he was a 10. He was a 10 at Bayer Leverkusen, and he was a very good one. But in the system that Mikel Arteta plays, I mean, he's a half 9. So, I mean, if you're playing
Josh,
as a half
if
9,
Gabriel was fully
you're
fit
almost a 10.
and Kai Havertz, who would you take?
But he's
Fully
not.
fit. No, I'm saying if he was.
Kai Havertz, the work rate
Josh,
that he
no,
has
you
on the
just-
pitch. You know
No,
why?
work
Because of
David, the
work
same
rate-
goes for you.
With the things that we need now, I would go
Yes.
with Kai Havertz.
I would go with Kai Havertz.
You guys
By
are
the way,
just
I
sipping
think
praise on
it's to tell you how good Arsenal is. Yeah, it is difficult to find the best player at Arsenal. You
in
know,
most of the positions.
I can mention about 3 players I think are the best players at Arsenal, and I even forget that Bukayo Saka plays for Arsenal because I won't mention him among those 3 players. So I mean that's a good thing for Arsenal. But Kai Havertz is among, definitely is among.
You just
So,
anyway.
so there was a point when we needed that unpredictability
David,
at Arsenal.
Josh.
The unpredictability that Gabriel Jesus brings. But when you look at the way the squad looks now and how we deal with the situations in the game, I don't think that that's a major requirement right now because we have enough solutions
Your problem
for
is
that
not
type
goals.
of thing.
That's true. But I'm
So
just
now we
saying, if you had a
consistently
proper
need
striker,
goals. We consistently need goals at this point in time. And Kai Havertz is delivering the goods. So on any day, I believe he would go ahead of Jesus, no matter what you wanted.
Edin Ketia, Mikel Arteta let go of Edin Ketia, just like that.
that was surprising. By the way, that was surprising. You see,
It wasn't surprising at all because he's not the type of guy he wants.
but he
Well,
really came out.
For me, it was a relief because
That
that's
he
a
left?
problem I didn't want us to have. Yes, genuinely. It was a relief, even if I still had a soft spot for the player. But, you know, on some level, you have to recognize that this player has actually developed and he's ready for first team football.
Yeah.
But the team where he was at had grown to the level where the level was higher than him. His ceiling, I believe he hit his ceiling at Arsenal at a certain point last season, right?
Yeah, that also.
And it's hard to imagine him going
further.
beyond
Guy
that
scored a
ceiling.
hat-trick before Bukayo Saka
So
in the Premier League, bro.
in the Premier League,
Josh,
you know,
Josh.
he came off the bench and did some important things in important fixtures. But you can already feel that he's hitting his ceiling, and you can't say the same for the rest of the players around. For the rest of the players, it still feels like there's a new level for them to go to. You still feel like there is a level that Saka can go to. There's a level that Kai Havertz can go to, and we're seeing some of that evidence already. So Nketiah was ready for first team football. I think he'll have a swell time at Crystal Palace, but he's one we shall miss for nostalgic reasons, but not for footballing ones.
Yeah, for me, actually, he was also a player I appreciated his ability, but I never saw how he fit in for for Mikel Arteta's side, because even if Eddie Nketiah came off the bench and scored a goal or played very well, you would see that they had to change something